throttle on this engine, so I'll have to do that manually. So no, let's stop. I don't want to. This is too much automation. I'll do it from here. Classic ascent profile. I already changed that. Okay, current, engage autopilot, and just launch it. And you can see that it does it by itself. It rotated, and at I think 9 kilometers it's gonna start to turn. So it doesn't just go straight up and then lateral, it starts to turn before. If I hadn't changed it, it starts to turn immediately, like it launches and immediately starts to turn. I like to go a little bit further up, especially in this kind of mission that I'm not trying to get into orbit. I just want to get a suborbital flight, go into space and come back down, because that's what Lobdo Kerman here wants to do. Yeah, and you can see that this turn is assisted by these fins here. The fins are doing the turning work. And yes, I have to throttle the engine manually. But that's easy. That's easy. And Lobdo Kerman, he's paying us a lot of money to go into space and come back down, and that's exactly what he's going to get, I hope. And I hope he survives also. I especially hope he survives. Let's close this, put that there. I'm keeping the engine around 50% because we have to try to keep it slow, otherwise the heat, and as soon as I say that, the heat starts building up. What I don't want to do is burn my parachute, because I'm gonna need it, of course. So let's throttle down a bit till we get thinner atmosphere. And I think we're in space. So that mission should be toggling right now. Okay. Well, one mission completed, but I don't think it's the correct one. Can close this now. It's just floating. I have no SAS, so yeah, this is the mission to get the heat shield into space. Now it's done. Suborbital flight on Kerbin. So congratulations, Lobdo. You got what you paid for. Now let's try to get you alive back down, and to do that I have the assist of this smart ASS, or smartass, which is a very cool name for a mod. Come on, congratulations to the guy that thought of this name. And yes, this is career. I'm gonna have to do this the exact same flight a few more times, because we need the money. We need the money to upgrade stuff. So yeah, space tourism is the way to go to get money. Let's see if we can speed up this. Yes, we can. Okay. And what I'm telling MacJab to do now is just to point my ship retrograde, which means point the back of the ship towards the direction of movement. And that's to keep this heat shield on the hot spot, basically. Let's speed this up. And I'm pretty confident that Lobdo here is gonna get what he paid for and survive. What's that? Is that sonic booms? Okay. That was pretty smooth. Let's deploy the chute. Can turn this off now. Let it jiggle. Oh, we are on high ground, huh? Yeah, we are gonna hit the land at about 700 meters from the sea level. I can't do science. I have no science modules on this. It was just a proof of concept thing, just to make sure that I could do it, and I can. I can do it thanks to MacJab. So, recover vessel, and hooray for monies! Monies! Okay, not a lot of science from this, of course. But my money went up. And the mission is still active because there's two guys to do the same flight. I can only do one at a time right now, so I have to do this exact same flight twice. I want to try and do this also, but I don't know where to. This is a wheel. I don't know where to stick this thing that is not gonna get destroyed. This is a lot of money, so I really want to do it, and it gives me a bit of science also. Let's see if there's new missions that I can do at the same time. Test heat shield landed at Kerbin. Well, that is easy. I'm gonna accept that one. This is in flight. This is space tourism again. Suborbital flight again. Okay. To perform the test, use the run test option. This is another landing gear test. I'm gonna accept this one too. This is space tourism. Okay. So let's do the space tourist one again, which is basically repeat this flight. Basically that's what it is. So let's check the crew, put tourist in, and launch it. Okay, modules, ascent module, engage, and go. It worked perfectly last time, so no need to play around with it. The small boosters take us through the thickest part of the atmosphere. Gonna Move that. Close that. And now that they are getting out of fuel, they are discarded. And I switch to this instead. So the acceleration is actually going down. Which doesn't matter. I actually want it to go a little bit slower so it doesn't get heat problems. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. And this has a ton of options that don't work right now, because I need to upgrade my space center before these things work, and I also need more advanced units because before it works. Okay, throttle is very low right now. Let's give it a little bit more juice. Juice. Come on. Juice it. Okay, it's adjusting the angle a little bit. Now, this means that we are going too fast. We are losing some speed because of this. But it's okay. We can afford to lose a little bit. I'll just gun it. And it's out. Okay, so we can shut this off. And now it's just floating there. Let's let what's his name? Or her name? I think it's a she. Marsky Kerman. Let's let Marsky Kerman spin around a bit. No, actually, let's stop that. That must be horrible. Okay. I just pointed it and then shut it off because there's no forces impacting it. It just continues on its path. I just completed the part of the suborbital flight thing. And I think I can get it faster a bit. Yeah, I can. Times 50. Okay, now point it retrograde again, please, and go. Let's land Mrs. Marsky here, safely back. So she's happy and gives me money. This time it looks like she's gonna land on water. Apparently the launches were not exactly the same. It's safe to open the parachute now. I'm just gonna let it get a little bit closer so it doesn't take as long. Can turn this off now, let it jiggle. And yeah, we are below the allowed speed. This can land at about 12, I think. 12 meters per second is its limit. Bloop. Perfect. Recover vassal, and we should have a little bit more money now. Yeah, we're up to 167, which is very nice. Let's go back to mission control here, see what we can do. Well, this is put an engine into orbit. I can't put anything into orbit yet. This is another one of these missions. Not a lot of money on this one. This is the same thing. This is the same thing. Okay, let's see the ones that I already have. Test a heat shield landed at Kerbin. Okay, that's easy. Test a landing gear suborbital. Test this on suborbital. Okay. So, start blank. What's the heat shield? What's the heat shield that I have to test? It's this one. It says experimental because I don't have it researched yet. I only have it because of the mission. It's huge. I can't launch this. But I don't think I have to launch it. Actually, I just have to put it on the launch pad and it's done. I think that's how these missions work. Yeah. Oh, that's the previous one. Yeah, that's the previous one. That's not this. Run test. Yeah, that's what I have to do. What a tremendous test that was. Okay, recover. Nice. Contract complete. Now I have a contract too. Let's open my crappy 6. This is the one that gets into orbit. Not orbit. Suborbital flight easily. And I have to test these on suborbital flight. Oh, that's not gonna work well. Is it? This that's not the options that I want. This one. Start retracted, please. Okay. It says lights use power, so let's not. This is dangerous to get into. For the re-entry this is dangerous because this is out of the heat shield. But they don't have to come back, I just have to run the test. But I'm afraid that it's gonna be destabilizing the capsule and might make it go wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do instead is make this uncrewed by doing this. Dude. Gonna make it uncrewed. Let's give it a reaction wheel to help. Stick the things directly underneath. And at least now if it goes wrong, there's no Kerbal on board to die. Because I still think it might go wrong. Nope, there needs to be a decoupler there. This one. Perfect. So, yeah. Aerodynamics. I don't have fairings, so I would like to put something to cover this, to cover the payload, but I can't. I don't have fairings. Yeah, the fairings is the non-important basically part of the rocket that you just use to cover other stuff. But in this case I can't do it because I don't have it. And what I'm gonna do is just stick this here, stick this one here, which looks mighty weird. Let me add. Set this to start retracted, please. Start retracted, okay. I think I have everything that I need. There's a heat shield on this, there's mag jab on this to control it. There's an reaction wheel on it to control it. There's the two things that we have to test. Okay, this is not gonna be crappy anymore. So, unmanned suborbital. One. It's called unmanned suborbital 1. And I'm actually gonna add some science things to it because why not, right? Costs 10,000. This is gonna give me a lot of money. These two missions give you a lot of money. So yeah, a barometer. And a thermometer are what we want. The barometer is on the wrong. Let's put two of them. Two barometers, two thermometers, one of each side. Okay, save. Let's not take the goo up because the goo is too bulky and we have already stupid bulky things on this rocket. This is way outside of the rocket. I don't think. No, just one, just one. This does not look good at all. Let's see if it works. So what we have to do is get these two things into space and then run test on it, and we're done. So modules, accent, and if you manage to do it, it's a lot of money to be had. Is the staging correct? Oh, there's no parachute. There's no parachute. None. That's not good. I was thinking that there was something missing in the staging, and there was. There's no parachutes. So let's put this on. I don't think this can be on top. Actually, no, we have to use the radial ones. The radial ones are smaller. Oh, those are, that's very clipped there. I don't like clipping stuff, even though it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Just need one of these, thank you. Okay. Save. Launch. This is more expensive than the previous one because it has all the science things and the two chutes. It has the wheels to test. So This costs 15,000. Better work at the first time. Let's hope that it works first try. Send, engage, and launch. This is not correctly staged. Okay. Now it is. This enjoys rotating. It's not gonna go boom, come on. It's just not. And if it does, at least there's no one on board this time. At least it's all uncrewed. So I'm gonna try to keep my Kerbals safe. Now. Keep them out of harm's way. This is lighter than the previous version because the crew capsule is very heavy. So we are already further up than we usually are at this stage on the previous two launches. Yeah, it's unmanned. It's a probe core. It's not gonna go boom. I'm gonna throttle it down a bit to reduce the aerodynamic forces because there's a wheel sticking out here that we have to test in a bit. Yeah, it looks shady as hell. That I have to agree with. T-Toxic, thank you for following. It does look shady. There's wheels coming out of it, but people are paying me to test these wheels in space. Okay. Things are looking good. Let's speed it up a bit. More power! More power! Less power, less power. I don't want the wheels to burn before I get to test them and get money for doing it. Oh boy, we're going too fast again. Let's power it down a bit. Come on, get to thinner atmosphere. Get up. Get up. Let's just give it some juice. Air is very thin here, so there it goes. Oh, get away from me. Get away from me. We can disengage this. Okay, can we test this now? No, it's still too soon, I think. You have to be higher. Luckily, we are going up to 133,000 kilometers. And we are going to land on the shady side. Okay, let's speed it up a bit so we can run our tests. Can it do it now? Yes, now we can do it. Run test. Okay, 2 contracts complete. A lot of money. A lot of money, actually. This can extend. Nice. This can retract. Let's keep it retracted. That spent too much electric charge. Shouldn't have done it. Keep spending electric charge. That gives me nothing. I think this is gonna crash on re-entry. Actually, I think this is gonna crash on re-entry. It's gonna run out of electric charge and burn, basically. Because it won't be able to keep its orientation. Yeah, it's out of electric charge. So now I have no control over it, and it's gonna burn, basically, which is a bit sad, but it fulfilled its mission. That's the most important part. Fulfilled its mission, but now I have zero control over it, so let's just watch it crash. Let's watch it crash. Is it orienting itself? No, it's just tumbling through the atmosphere. So speed it up. It kind of automatically orients itself due to its weight distribution. But there's parts out of the heat shield. So this was gonna be hard even with power. Without power it's gonna be pretty much impossible, but... Oh, yeah, it's gonna be impossible because I won't be able to deploy the parachute. So even if it survives re-entry, and it looks like it's gonna, there's no power to deploy the parachutes. Yeah, the weight distribution is perfect, so it orients itself correctly without power even. Just how cool is that? Such a good designer. Now it's gonna crash because it had no batteries and it really needed batteries or some kind of solar power, although we're in the shadow, so... And badoosh. Fallen. Oh, it's falling. It's falling so slow. It's so light. Boom. Nothing survived. Nothing. Cool. Let's go to Space Center. Even though nothing survived, the mission was actually a success. Yes, we have so much money now. Let's see what other missions we can get. This heat shield is too big for me to test right now. Hold TUD into orbit. No, that's not possible for me. Suborbital space flight of these 3 dudes is cool because they pay a lot. Test this at the launch site. Perfect. That's just free money. Okay, where are the 3 dudes that want to go to space? it's these. So let's get these. Let's see that thing. What's the thing that they want to test? It's this stack separator. So stack separator, it's tiny. Okay. Launch. Oh yeah, I don't own these. This was just for the test, so I also don't want them. Just come here, test the stack separator. Hope this doesn't crash on the launch pad. Oh, can I even click the stack separator? No. Yes, I can. Decouple. That did not achieve the mission. I think I have to do it through the staging. I did it manually. So let's try to do it through the staging, which means creating a stage here for this and just pressing space. Yeah, that way it works. Contract complete. Recover. Perfect, and now let's launch the dudes into space again. More money. Oh, and we have 47 science points now? Let's see what we can do with it. Oh yeah, we can do this liquid fuel tanks. That's a weird notification to get. Liquid fuel tanks. This is not super important right now. That's not super important right now. I would like to have this, but this is 90. Yeah, let's save it to the 90. Okay. Open this one. Put thirst inside of it. There it is. Launch it. Grinding money, which is kind of what SpaceX is doing also. Grinding money so they can invest it in science and get to Mars. So we are basically doing the same thing. Grinding money so we can get some more science going. Get larger rockets. Go to the moon. Go to other planets. Launch a fleet of satellites. I always enjoy launching a bunch of satellites. No, shouldn't be doing that. This dude is called Ribdard. Ribdard, congratulations, you're going into space. Hope you enjoy space, because that's where you're going. Probably enjoy it since you are paying for it. Okay, turning started. The launch takes a bit because then the landing we just fast travel it. But the launch there's no possibility of increasing the speed. We can only do that at higher altitudes. And I have to manually throttle this, so after we get this Reef Dart guy and 2 more guys into space, we are gonna have money for some upgrades, which is nice. This is always the part where we are going too fast. But since we already know that this flight plan works, I'm not gonna mess with it at all. But this is not optimum, but it works. So perfect. Let's just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Fantastic. Now Ripdot is going to ghost for a while. Enjoy space for a few minutes. Motorbikes are kind of like rockets. They have complex engineering. Kind of depends on the bike, but some are more complex than others. Difference is that I know more about rockets than I know about motorbikes. Rockets are super fragile. It's amazing. That's the sound of the booster hitting the ground. Let's deploy the chute. Oh, we're gonna land on a steep mountain. You might roll. This is not a good angle to land the capsule on. We might roll a bit. As long as it survives, I'm fine with it. Oh, this is very steep. Actually, that place there was worse. Ah, no. Perfect. Come on. GG, Ripdard. You are back to... They're not dead. They're completely alive. It's a perfect flight. Everything went as expected. There's not gonna be explosions. Come on. It's gonna be all smooth sailing. This is good, but what I do have to improve is this, because this was limiting me to 30 parts right now. My rockets can only have 30 parts, and after I upgrade it, they can have 255 parts, which is a bit of an upgrade. I also kind of need to improve the launch pad, because when I have a lot of parts, I have a lot of weight, and then I'm gonna need to improve my launch pad also. So that's why I have to grind some money. By doing tourist stuff. There are not gonna be any explosions. I've told you. Explosions are not a good thing. I don't want to have explosions. This gives me science in exchange for money, and I think I'm gonna take it because I can now grind money pretty easily, but science is hard. Yeah, on World of Tanks it's much more common that I blow up, but I don't feel the responsibility to keep the crew alive, but here I do. Here I do feel the responsibility to keep my crewmates alive. Yes, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Long term is a good investment. Gives me science points. Science points makes it so we can advance further. Yeah, okay. Cool. 15% of my money is not gonna be from now on turned into science. Let's continue to do tourist stuff. Go there. In the future we get larger rockets, and then we can have more than one tourist go up at the same time. We don't have to do as many launches. But right now, because we can't have more parts and more weight, we have to do it one by one. Would you like to go to space, biker? I would love to go to space. I would be first on the line. I think it's we have to go there. We have to go to other planets. We can't just ruin one. We have to ruin more planets. We are so good at fucking this one up. Why not expand it? Why keep all the misery in one planet when there's so many of them? One day people will be playing Kerbal Space Program on Mars. But it won't be so interesting then, because it will be real. Right now you can do things on Kerbal Space Program that you cannot do in real life. Yeah, but no one wants to live on the bottom of the ocean. I wouldn't want to live on the bottom of the ocean. I would like to die on Mars. That would be awesome. Just the same as Elon Musk says it. I would love to die on Mars, just not on impact. As long as I don't die on impact, that's good. Okay, let's throttle it up a bit. Yeah, get your ass to Mars. As always, we're gonna be too fast at this stage. It's just that this is pretty light. It goes fast even with minimum throttle. Yeah, there it is. Well, I don't think that's gonna be possible soon. Unless people find some way to upload your conscience into some type of computer. That might happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen while we're alive. Oh, this was much lower than usual. For some reason. Let's hope it counts. I think it will count. Let's disengage this. Yeah, corrupt disk. That would suck. Oh, my conscience is corrupt. Damn it. I have a corrupt conscience. No, I actually already had this. Um, but I do have Humble Bundle, so I'm gonna give away the copy that I got from Humble Bundle. I'm gonna give it away. I had this for years now. I played it like 4 years ago. So yeah, Humble Bundle just reminded me of it, and since I have a copy to give away, I'm gonna do that. It is. Career mode is a bit grindy, as you can see, because you have to do missions to get money. But it's more rewarding. The thing is, with me, because of World of Tanks, no matter how many games I have, I'll always end up playing World of Tanks. Basically. So now I'm gonna be doing this a bit because I like it. I'll do some tanking later today. Okay, we are landing in the dusk. Cool. Recover. The headphones are smushing my head. Next. Good. We still have one more tourist to get up. Test this parachute. That's very high to test a parachute, 3000 meters. I think I can do this, no problem. So let's accept this one. Change my parachute for this one. This, no, I can do it. TD25 decoupler. It's very low to test a decoupler. Okay, let's take a look at what this parachute is. Where are the parachutes? It's huge. It looks so weird. It looks very weird. But okay, let's try. Let's see if it works. Oh, put it. I feel bad about trying a new parachute with the tourist on board. Let's do it anyway. Let's do it anyway. Come on, tourist. Don't get killed. Don't get killed. Beep. Beep. That parachute on that looks super weird. Super weird. Still safe to deploy this? Huh, this might be able to save these boosters. Yeah, this may save those boosters. So, when I have it for real, because now I'm just have it for this test, when I have it for real, I'm gonna be able to recover those boosters using these, which is good. Now this offers a lot more resistance to the air than usual, so I'm probably gonna need to keep a higher throttle this time. Let's hope we can still get to outside of the atmosphere, because that's what we have to do to complete the mission of T-Rod Kerman here. T-Rod that wants to go to space. I'm out of the camera. Can I point this a little bit down? Yeah, I can. How does it look? Oh, it looks much better. Nice. I can be nice and laid back and still be on camera. Let me just do something here. There it is, we're back. Gun it. And yeah. There might have been a plate there. A dish. There might have been a dish there that suddenly got into the stream and that needed some correcting. Okay, now it's just coasting and coasting and coasting. That can disengage now. Let's speed this up. We're out of the atmosphere. Yep. Cool. Now we can get additional speed. Point is retrograde. The hope that the parachute almost larger than the capsule don't go to hell. Those are the boosters smashing into the ground. Ah, no, this worked perfectly. Now I have to deploy it when I'm under 190 meters per second, so we have to wait. Oh no. No, 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 no. We are too heavy. We need a drogue chute. We need a drogue chute because we are coming in too fast. We are coming in faster than the mission requirements. So we need a drogue chute to slow it down first. At least everything went well. We can recover the vessel. That guy went to space anyways. This is annoying.